guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Wendy Wanderlust and today I'm going to talk about a new episode of a new place. Bali is in full swing in this season. I just came back from Bali on November and I had such an amazing trip. So I thought, why not making an itinerary for you guys with a budget friendly one. I'm gonna share experiences as well, but the first thing I would like to make a guide for you so that when you plan your own trip, that will be stress-free for you. Don't skip any part because I'm going to give some tips in between, and I'm going to discuss about how to book the tickets, how to reach there from India, and the food you can try there, the budgets, the staying. Okay, now let's talk about how to reach. So from India, in different parts of India, they have different flights, but we have only direct flights from Bangalore and Delhi to Bali. All the other flights are connecting flight, or there are like layovers. Even from Calcutta, when my parents visited Bali, they had like a flight of 18 hours because they had like 6 hours of layover. What I did is I did some searching on Skyscanner. So it's a helpful one where you can get all the details of the flights, all kind from any other websites. So you can see the cheapest flight. Just only 2-3 things in mind while booking the flight is that if there are any connecting flights, just check if there are any, if the terminals are different. For example, if you have flight from Calcutta to Bali and you have a layover in between Malaysia, and if there are terminals are different, like in terminal 1 is you reach, and from terminal 2 is the next flight, and there is a different flight, like you book from Malaysia Airlines and then there is a Air Asia maybe from Malaysia to Bali, then you need to, there will be a hassle for you of taking out the luggage and changing the terminals. By changing the terminals, then you need to have a visa. So while booking the flight, please have a look at this and keep all these things in mind while booking it. For me, from Bangalore to Bali, it was like 6 hours 45 minutes flight. I booked in Indigo and it's gonna cost you around 2,000. When I booked it, it was 32,000. If you book like previously, like 5 months back or like 3-4 months back, it's going to be cheaper. Maybe to and fro, might be like from 15 to 30 maybe. It depends on the time when you are booking the flights. I started at 1:05. I reached at 10:30 Bali time. It's not exactly like international flight. They have just started domestic flight into international route. Now your flights are done. Let's talk about visa. So there are 2 types of visa you can apply. One is e-visa and another is visa on arrival. For e-visa, before traveling like 10-15 days or before that, you can apply for the e-visa online, and you can upload your files, you scan your passport, your images, and you upload them, and you have to pay like $35 and some extra idea for online convenience charge or something. I think almost like 19,000 IDR extra you have to pay if you do it online. Process of visa is very easy. It's a visa on arrival in Bali for Indian passport holders, and what documentation you need is first is passport, which has 6 months validity, flight tickets to and fro, like you are returning flights as well, then proof of accommodation and rough itinerary and COVID vaccination. Nowadays what they're doing a health declaration for monkeypox as well. Since Bali is a very small island, government of Bali is a bit skeptical about the populations, and also they don't want the disease to spread. So before traveling to Bali, you need to just sign it and you keep the scanner ready with you. Also do a custom declaration form. You will get a scanner and you can always keep it handy on your mobile. They will just scan it and you can go. In my case, I didn't get much queue, so it was just within a minute I got my visa. So it's better if you can carry some dollars, and if not, MasterCard is not applicable there. Visa card you can use, but there will be a 2% charge on it. So all the links are in the description below. You can go and check. If you have any questions, just put it on the comment section. Now let's talk about when to travel. So Bali has 2 seasons, dry and monsoon. Dry is from April to September, and which is called on season, and October to March is the monsoon. So I travel during November. I get a little bit of rain, but not so much rainy. But I believe that after November, the main season starts due to Christmas and New Year. The price are a bit higher. So if you want to travel till November. From December, things gets very pricey there. So now let's talk about the currency. Preferable you go for USD. So from India, USD dollars if you're carrying and you're going to change in IDR, it will be better for you because you'll get good rates. And always try to do it in an authorized currency exchanger, because there are a lot of scams in Bali, so you beware of it. It will be preferable if you do it outside the airport, because airport exchange rates are not that great, so you'll get better rates inside the city. So let's talk about the transport. So from airport to the hotel, if you want to reach, you can install the application Gojek and Grab. It is like Uber and Rapido here. If you have big luggages, please go for a car, because Bali might seem like a very small place, but to reach a certain area, it's going to take 1 hour, 2 hours. Because for me, from airport to Canggu, where my friend's place was, it took me like 1.5 hours for me to reach there. So if you have Indian number, you can always register in this application and you can use it there. If you don't have internet, you can use the Wi-Fi inside the airport, and there is like Gojek lounge, Grab lounge inside the airport. You can always use the Wi-Fi there and book the hotel, book your transport from there, and you can reach easily. Okay, now from hotel to the places you want to travel. If you are in group, if you're a couple, or if you are traveling with family, friends, or solo, there are options. So for a group, you can always travel via car. So Grab and Gojek, you can use these applications to book to book the car for different places. So they do like travel for like 10 hours, and you can book it like a rental or something. So I will give some details of the people who do all these kind of tours inside the Bali with car rental. Since I was in solo trip and I don't know how to ride, so I used Grab and Gojek application to ride the motorbike with the driver. So it's convenient, it's easier, and it's faster as well because there's too much of traffic inside the island. So that I have done in Bali, in the mainland. For Nusa Penida, my friend booked a scooty, and even in Bali and Nusa Penida and all the islands, the range of the bike rental is like 200 to 400 per day rupees, INR. Or if you can bargain, then it's easier, and the petrol cost is like 50 INR per liter. So it's cheap. You just need to have an international driving license, because if you get caught by the police for something, it might be a hassle for you. Now let's talk about the SIM cards. So for SIM cards, you can use this Telkomsel. So I got it from outside the airport, where I reached my friend's place. It was nearby. So it was like 24 GB, 75,000. So 75,000 IDR for me. So I mostly use it for like WhatsApp call and stuff. Now let's talk about food. So you will get the local food, Balinese food, some international, and there is a lot of cafe culture there. When I travel there, most of the time I was too much into warung food, which is mostly the restaurant run by a family, and they have these local cuisine. I used to get nasi goreng, fried noodles, and all these things within maybe 20 to 50k IDR, and they always have a 10% extra tax for that. Maybe it will be like $150, $200 or $300 hardly for one meal, and it's really full. There is one thing which they term it as Bali belly, which is called basically the upset stomach, and people do get that a lot. So it's better if you carry medicines from India. Yeah, so it's better to take precautions. So while choosing any restaurant, see the reviews if there are, see the ratings of that place, because it's very important. Nobody wants to get sick when they are traveling, right? So that makes me remember, also while traveling you can get a travel insurance for yourself. I mean, it's not necessary, but then for international travels, just to save 500 bucks, you can, uh, you're like wasting 50 lakhs. So just to stay safe and secured while it's traveling, you can always go for travel international travel insurance. You can check it in Policy Bazaar, Phone Pay. I did it from Phone Pay, and I'll share the details in the description, so you can always try that. So while I was in Nusa Penida, I had an accident, and I never thought it will happen to me. That was my first, but things like this can happen anytime. So it's better to be safe, rather than say sorry to yourself. Yeah, so that's how you can secure your trip. So the next thing I'm going to share with you the experience till I reach to my friend's place, and eventually for every part I'm going to show you where to stay and the places you can explore, the activities and the pricing, so with the videos. So stay tuned with me and enjoy the video.